The first stage of digestion is simple. Moistened by the saliva from the mouth, muscle contractions move the food down the gullet towards the stomach. Here, whatever we've taken in will be turned into something more manageable. Although it doesn't look it, the stomach is a muscle, a smooth muscle. It flexes over and over again, slowly squeezing whatever we've eaten into pulp. Depending on the food, this process can take up to several hours. While enzymes help break the food apart, industrial-strength acids surge from 1,000 tiny jet streams along the stomach wall. A closer look reveals the microscopic glands that manufacture more than 3 quarts of gastric juice a day. It's a powerful brew mostly made up of hydrochloric acid, a substance that can turn metal into mush. What keeps the gastric juices from eating the stomach wall itself? The answer lies in the shiny reflection on the surface. They are a part of the mucous membranes, a thin protective layer that not even hydrochloric acid can penetrate. Salt, alcohol, and other foods can, and too much of any of them can result in an ulcer. The burn marks on this stomach wall show what the acid can do if the protection of the mucus is stripped away. While stomach ulcers have often been blamed on diet and stress, recent studies indicate certain bacteria can also be the culprits. Thoroughly massaged, the food is passed down the disassembly line to the duodenum, the top of the small intestine. Here it gets a rinse as intestinal juices, pancreatic juices, and bile are all added. The dirty-looking bile is really a cleanser manufactured by the liver and shot in by the gallbladder. It breaks large globules of fat into fine digestible droplets and helps pancreatic juices neutralize acids from the stomach. The gallbladder concentrates and stores the bile until it is needed. If the concentration gets too great and is made up of too much cholesterol, gallstones could result. These are gallstones, old bits of cholesterol, bile salts, and pigments that are rolled around together until they collect into little balls. They're not a real problem until they get stuck in the bile duct. Then until they pass, they become the source of excruciating pain and usually a resolution to eat less fat. By the time our meal reaches the small intestine, it has been turned to soup. From here, useful nutrients will be taken up by the body. Our muscle contractions draw the fiber and other undigested substances and water into the large intestine. The journey through the large intestine can take up to 12 hours. Needed fluids and water are removed along with most of the bile that was added. The bile that remains accounts for the brown color of human waste. These are bacteria, feasting on our food remains. These helpful microbes produce vitamins and consume leftover nutrients and oxygen, causing intestinal gas in the process. Under regular conditions, 25% of human waste is made up of these friendly bacteria. The process of the body taking what it needs from the food we eat is called absorption. This takes place here, back in the small intestine, where the body soaks up the good stuff for distribution. Bacteria are also present in the small intestine. How does the body absorb nutrients while screening the bacteria that would be dangerous in other parts of the body? These tiny finger-like projections that line the small intestine wall are called villi. Like a superabsorbent rag mop with filter attached, the villi are able to soak up the nutrients and leave the bacteria behind. Here's how it works. On the top, each villus finger are 6-sided cells, 1/10,000th of a millimeter across. The bacteria are too big to fit between these tightly knit fibers, but glucose and other nutrients can easily slip through. Here at the cell surface, tiny greenish fat globules float right in. Enzymes, here looking like red jelly beans, turn complex sugars into simple sugars and can be pulled into the cell through an opening in the cell membrane, seen here as cups on the cell surface. Now it's on to the bloodstream. Some of the sugar goes directly to the muscles, but that can only power us for brief spurts. The rest needs to be stored for when we need it. Until next time, thank you for joining me.